Welcome back to That Handicapping Show. I'm Claire Novak, joined once again by Tom LaMarra. Today we're going to take a look at the $1.5 million Charlestown Classic, which is a Grade 2, mile and an eighth for 4-year-olds and up, featuring none other than Shared Belief, who should tower over this field. But will somebody spring an upset with the likes of Moreno, General A-Rod, and Vijek in the group?
I'm not sure about an upset, but one thing I'm pretty sure of, this race should be very interesting. It drew a field of 9, and for those of you who may not know, Charlestown has a 3/4 mile track, so the 1 1/8 mile races are around 3 turns, which can kind of freak some horses out who aren't used to doing that. And also, the starting gate is set right into the run into the far turn, so you really need to get some pretty good early position. And the tendency would seem to be that outside speed usually gets out there, and the inside horses, unless they're really quick from the gate, can get shuffled back a little bit.
So Shared Belief does have that quick turn of foot. Jerry Hollendorfer said he talked to Mike Smith, who won this race with Game On Dude, and Mike thought that he would handle the track very well. They're not really concerned at all, and Jerry, of course, is a little more on the cautious side, I would say. Said he would not have shipped here for Shared Belief's first race outside of California if he didn't think they had a good chance to win. So
yeah, I think that's really the question, is the ship to, he went from California, flew to New Jersey, van down to West Virginia. It's about a 3 to 4 hour drive. But, you know, outside of that, the horses run on anything. He's beaten just about everybody, and, you know, who knows, he might still be undefeated were it not for the you-know-what that I'm not going to talk about again today.
The Breeders' Cup Classic with the bumping out of the gate is what he's talking about. But yeah, Shared Belief has won 3 in a row since then, and including defeating California Chrome, the reigning Horse of the Year and champion 3-year-old, who maybe if Shared Belief had won the Classic, might not have been Horse of the Year. Anyhow, we will go on to talk about some of the other runners in this race. People or horses you can put underneath or mix up in your exotic wagering. So who do you like?
Well, one horse that you have to look at is, of course, Moreno, who likes to run on the lead. He's been taken back a couple times. His last race in New Orleans, he was rated, and he got the lead, and then he just got caught by 2 other horses late. But he's a very fast horse. He's a quality horse. He won the Whitney last year. He's the kind of horse that can pop up with a big one. And, you know, the trainer is always very, very confident about the horse. And the horse usually does run extremely well. He drew post 6. He's got a speed horse to his outside, Warrior of the Roses, who was kind of a late entrant. He knows one way to go too, so it's going to be kind of interesting. There's a few other speed horses inside, but I think that if Moreno is on top of his game, you know, he's a major threat in here. I think Shared Belief, will win the race, but I think it could be interesting.
Now, Moreno ran 3rd in the Charlestown Classic that was won by Imperative, and Game On Dude was 2nd in that race. And Imperative does come back in here to try to defend that title, but has not been running so great. Last time out in the Santa Anita Handicap, he was 8th. A horse that I would be more interested in is General A-Rod. And this is a runner who we saw do very well on the prep trail to the Kentucky Derby. He ran through the Derby, Preakness, and Belmont without very good results. His best was a 4th in the Preakness. Then they gave him some time, and second start off the layup, he actually won a mile and an eighth race at Tampa by 6 1/4 lengths with a very good 3-wide bin ridden out. And I do think this is a horse who is talented, maybe got a little tired on the Triple Crown Trail, and now we're just starting to see a chance to see what he can do now that he's had a really good rest and then gotten back into training and gotten some form underneath him. So I'm interested to see how he does. He's now trained by Todd Pletcher, formerly trained by Mike Maker.
Yes, and one other thing too, there is some rain in the forecast in the Charlestown area on Saturday. You know, we don't know how much rain. The track may be a little bit wet. It may just be, you know, some sprinkles. But Moreno has won on and off track, and there's one other horse in here, Paige McKinney, who really steps up in class here, but he's ultra consistent. He comes off a couple stakes wins at Laurel. Horatio Caramanos, who rides him extremely well, is coming in from Pimlico to ride the horse. You know, I think this is a horse, he is a closer, he comes from well out of it, and he'd have to move a little bit early with the short stretch, but I think he could absolutely hit the ticket at a price.
All right, well, Tom, you're heading down to Charlestown.
Yes, looking forward to
So
it.
he will be on site. You can follow at BH_T LaMarra for on-site info. And this weekend's a little bit of calm before the storm. We do have the Illinois Derby, which without the points doesn't really impact the Kentucky Derby at all anymore, but you might see some of those horses pop up in the Preakness. So that's one to pay attention to. And here at Keeneland, they run the Dixiana Elkhorn. I will be here at Keeneland, so we'll get you covered there. Bloodhorse.com. As always, we want to thank Equibase for the PPs, and thank you for watching that handicapping show.